Hey guys, back again. No, it's been a little bit since the last stream we did. Fortunately, been really busy with work, so since I work nights, I haven't been able to get on and stream for quite some time. But we're back on tonight. We're going to be picking up on the M26. So let's get to it. So, where we left off last time, we had finished up most of the lower construction. For now, we're going to hold off on working on treads. Main thing I want to try to get done tonight is get most, if not all, of the lower hold done, so that hopefully I might be able to even at least get it primed and painted tomorrow. So, let's get to that then. So there it is. I'm trying to find my sprue cutter. And just walk away. So I'm gonna get this off. Now, one thing I am going to do a little differently than what the instructions say is there's, I'll show in a second once I get this part off. There we go. And I don't know how well this will show up on camera, but right along here, there's a couple little locator marks that we need to take off, since they're not going to be used on this one, and they have you do it further on in the construction process, but I'm going to do it now so that it's a little easier to handle it than opposed to handling it once we stick it on. Plus, also makes it easier to sand, because then we're not worrying about destroying any of the detail on there. I'm just right now taking the hobby knife, just gonna knock all that down. There we go. Quick once over. I'll call that good. So, yeah, as you can plainly see, have not worked on this at all since the last stream. As I said, work has kept me busy the last few weeks, and on top of that, when I haven't been working, I've been prepping for instrument check ride. Thankfully, got through the oral portion, so now it's just a matter of completing the practical portion, which hopefully will not produce any issues and get this done. But that's neither here nor there right now at the moment. Now we're just trying to clean this up a little. Yeah, just noticed it has some weird. Also, I'm not sure if it's just didn't mold correctly or what. I'll have to do a little cleaning up there. This is also one of the reasons why I want to get this done tonight, so that we can start going back in and making sure all the spots we've sanded and cleaned up are going to pass muster. Give me 1 second. Need to adjust my how I'm seated. So yeah, right now I'm just gonna knock down these pour stubs. Then we'll start adding on the hatches and whatnot. I will say this about this kit. You know, it's very much one that doesn't really give you too much in the way of surprises and gotchas, so it's a very nice kit in that regard. You know, it's definitely a good learning kit. You know, it's one, it's hard for you to really screw up. At the same time, it does present enough of a challenge, make you want to come back for more, and gives you ways that you can improve. Almost got this done. Now I'm going to hold off cleaning this area up until we attach it to the hull, because some of that might not need it. It will blend in and sort of almost look like a weld. So that's why we're just going to hold off on cleaning that part of it up. But we'll definitely have this part on to the rest of the hull tonight. That is a definite. Nothing else. So that will finally have basically the hull assembled. Okay. So now that we got that all done, so next up is this C30 part for the back end of the machine gun mount. It's where's C? That's D. Where is it? Internal struggle blank. The one screw you need. That's interesting. It says C30. Oh, here we go. Sorry, I have two almost identical looking parts. So it's one of those. Gotta make sure you're getting the right one. Now this one I'm just gonna roughly clean up because it's not gonna really be seen, so there's no reason to spend too much time working on it. Okay, and this just sort of drops right in, more or less. Okay, that's right. Excuse me. And there we go. That's on. Just leave that way for now. So next up, we'll go ahead and attach these hatches on. We don't really need to glue this frame onto it yet. 78. Hold off on getting those on. So A7 is this side. There we go. Closer. There we go. Alright, that's no muss, no fuss. Okay, this guy in. Him right in there. Yep. Just want to shift a lot. Sorry. Okay, yeah. It's not quite sitting down. Shoot. There we go. Now I got it. Okay, just one of those parts you gotta give it a little more oomph to get it in. Just beat it up. Okay, A8. Okay. What was that? Okay, just oddball. Okay, for a second there, thought I may knock something off. Trying to get this around so it's still on camera. I do apologize. No, something's not exactly on screen. I try my best, but fortunately I'm limited in space. But if it ever gets off, please do mention something in the comments. I do appreciate any advice, suggestions, what have you I can get. As that's the end of the day what this is all about. Trying to engage the more social aspect of this hobby. Help learn techniques and all that you might otherwise not know about, so as to always stay improving. Okay, got that in. So next we'll get those two little hatch parts. Let's see, B21 all around. Here we go. This added. So go ahead and try and do this. Oh, there we go. And there we go. I think we got that off without too much difficulty. Alright, now clean this guy up. Definitely want to be careful. Don't want to sand too much, and you don't want to use too much force, as you run the risk of it flying off. Now, go ahead and prep the spot. Drop it in, then we'll get it lined. There we go. Yeah, that went nice and easy. Okay, now for the second one. As far as potential scheduling coming up, this next week I should be able to do some more streaming, as I'd like to get this project done so that we can start work on the Stearman, as the parts I needed to get for it came in. So now all we gotta do is build it. Still, on that front at least, debating, some of the exact specifics. Need to find a Now, nice photo. The one I want to do. That, or maybe just do a total unique one. I haven't decided yet. Okay, so we got those on. Expired is 833. Little dome cover for the machine gun. Okay, 833. Now, one thing I am going to defer on is adding the machine gun barrel, as I'm going to hold off and do that, excuse me, later, since there's no reason to go through the trouble of prepping it and all that. It'll just be easier to paint it once everything else is done, and then stick it on. That way there's, one less thing that could potentially get damaged or knocked off and lost. Okay, so thankfully this is pretty well uniform, so I just need to drop it on, make sure it's aligned, and we're golden. Okay, let's see. There we go. Okay. Got that done. Alright. So before we attach this to the hull, we need to do these little guys here. So first one's C24 and 31. So let's go grab that. Get her on. See, here we go. Okay, 24 and 31. Okay, we got our two 31s down here. Sorry, I'm going a little quiet here. Just given their size, I'd rather focus so they don't go running off. And they don't need to feed the carpet monster. Yeah. Trying to think of any good carpet stories. Unfortunately, I'm not coming up with any. Alright. Yeah, that's always the biggest danger. If anybody has any, tips or suggestions on how to avoid that, feel free to leave a message on that front. Love to know any great ways to prevent that. Okay. So, now we got that cleaned up. I'm just double checking orientation before we go to stick them on. Now, thankfully, and I don't know how well this will, okay, it's showing up. These little groove indentation things, where these guys go, so I'm gonna pre-apply some. At least get it roughly positioned. I have to tweezer this, so forgive me if I go a little quiet. I'll try to get this guy on. And this is just careful focus at this point. That's on. Do the same. this other guy. And apologies for going quiet. Ooh. Just dropped him. Hopefully my phone saved it. Really slow, deliberate. Trying to hurry. Oop. Okay. Trying to do this in such a way. And okay. Sorry, this is one of those. You need to be very careful and quiet. Just a very focused, intensive task. Go in, now just to bring it all together. Ooh, okay, that's the first one. Just playing with alignment at this point. Shoot, glue didn't take. Alright, try it again. Should knock the other one. Okay. Guess this will be our challenge for the evening, getting these guys on. Go. Now I think I got it. I'll just clean that other spot up in a second. Okay. This thing is really not wanting to cooperate. Okay. That's in. There's always something that does not want to cooperate, does not want to get seated properly. One thing I do think we'll do on the other one. Oh, drop the tweezers. Is okay, gonna try Exacto. Oh, dang it. It's like every time I try to get aligned, completely pushes the other one out. Go. There. Oh, got that on. Whew. Sorry about that. Just that guy did not want to cooperate. Okay. So 25 and another 31. So yeah, this time I think what we'll do differently is attach it together before we attach it to the hull. I think that'll make things a little easier than trying to do it the other way. Okay, very least. It'll give us a little more support to play with. This will allow us a little more play. Put that down for a second. Give it a minute to set up. Why? Just take a quick look at the instruction sheet to see where we're headed next. Okay. Oh. Ooh, excuse me. Just whacked my mouse. Okay, so now that that's setting up, start. Probably go ahead and give it attached now. Honestly, doesn't need that much time to set up. Just needs enough that it won't fall apart as soon as we stick it on. It's still, stay together enough so that we can position it. There. That's good. Let me just, yeah, doing that way was a lot easier. I kind of regret doing it, trying it the other way prior. As I said, it's been a while since I put one of these together. Live and learn. Okay, so just gonna do a quick test fit before I beat it up. Okay, that's good. Do a little beating down here. This way, once I get this on, we'll see any place we need to do any additional cleanup. And while it's setting up, we can work on attaching other things. This is where things get a little interesting, is when you go to put together this little lip. Mainly because it's just so small and easy enough to not get quite right. Okay. There it is. Just going to use some regular old Scotch tape to help hold this down while glue sets it up. Yeah. I choose to use Scotch tape mainly because it's cheap and doesn't really leave too much of a mess. Now, I will admit something like Tamiya would probably be better, but it's also a lot more expensive. So, I'll use that for masking, not just stuff like this. Okay, so got that on. Okay. So next up are the little protection things for there. So those are B10s. Now this is where things are going to be interesting, as these are very thin and very brittle. So okay, so let's very carefully. No, that's not going to work. Yeah, I think I have a X-Acto blade that I can use here. Give me 1 second. Gotta move some stuff to get to it. Sorry about that. Just give me 1 second to get it in. This will probably be a lot easier than trying to flip it out and have it break, and yeah. So I'm just going to, using my hand, that's not going to flip out the blade in my X-Acto knife. I do wish I had a thinner one, but this will work well enough. Okay, just going to very carefully saw this guy out. This way we're not putting any real stress on the joint as we would with the cutter. And at the same time gets our part out without too much issue. Yeah, this has come out nice. We still have some cleanup we need to do on this part, specifically those guys, but I can knock those off just using the regular X-Acto knife. Just gotta be careful not to cut too hard. Run the risk of damaging the rest of the part. It should be almost cut through, yeah. So I'm just about that much. I may end up just cutting this one out on camera. This is taking a little longer than I had hoped. May just move on. Yeah, this is taking a lot longer than I expected. expected. Almost through. Well, trying to be careful not to come at it in a manner that will potentially starting to. Whoa. Okay, yeah. Alright, well, that's gonna take too long. I'll do that off camera, and we'll just continue on. It's not gonna hurt us to skip that. Okay, so next up, other than that, is this A18 part. First, sort of mounting for the lights. I do apologize for wasting time on that. That was a mistake. That'd go a little faster. Okay. A18. A18. Yep. Use the other one on the other side. Come to it. Get up. Trying to cut this in such a manner that I can hold the part so it doesn't go flying. Still get a good angle on cutting it out. There we go. Almost got this cleaned up. Once over with the knife and sandpaper, not gonna do too much. That was pretty clean. Okay, so just double checking how it goes on. Okay. Wait. And a second. I think I missed something. No, we haven't missed anything. Okay, I think I see a mistake. Need to attach the side fenders on first, as they have a part that A18 part's supposed to glue onto. Easy enough to rectify. So C4 is that side. So I want to get that one on first, since we already cut out the part. Yeah, just a matter of trimming this guy out. Okay, cut that out. So get a nice little collection of sprue parts. Okay. This also had a part on here that I believe needs to get trimmed. So I'll double check for you. Stick this on. Look at that. Guy stays. Okay, it's the back fenders that get trimmed, not the front. So just gonna very quickly clean this up before I stick it on. Nice thing about it being a relatively open section, and be a little more aggressive. Need to as trimmed as I thought. There we go. Now we'll get this guy on. Probably gonna have to let him sit for a minute or two before we do much with him apart, because it's going to look fine where the other one connects to. So I think go ahead and pull this tape off. It's been probably long enough. You can just sit on its own. I can get this off me. Okay. Got that out. Now this will connect on here and there. Trying to just dry fit this first. Make sure everything goes in. There we go. Okay, got that. Just sort of sitting there now. Let's get it glued on. And just very gingerly start the rest of it attached. A little bit of a fit issue there. It's not really going to be seen, so I'm not worried about it. Need a little more glue here as well. Worst case, I'll bead a little filler into it. And okay, put those on. That's on. Okay, got that first one on, so let's get this guy on as well. We're moving along. Okay, there. This guy just goes sort of vertically into there. Okay. A little extra along here, so that'll take. Okay. Okay, we got that on. Now we'll repeat the same for the other side. So yeah, looking at time, might just about call this about 10 minutes or so. You know, it's not as far as I'd wanted to get, but it may be, you know, a good stopping point for the night. But as I said earlier, this week we should hopefully. Oh shoot! I broke off a bit of a connector part. I'll fix that off camera. I had similar issues the last time I built this. As unfortunately, it looks like when they did the mold, it flashed out and picked up more of the part than it's normally supposed to. Which is unfortunate, so it just means a little more work for me. So yeah, as far as plan goes, off camera I'll go ahead and fix that part that we just broke, and I'll also get out the little cover bracket things. So that way, next time we stream, we'll be able to go ahead and have those already on. So I'm not gonna waste time with those. They're not a critically essential part. And yeah. But no. Fortunately, we really need to start getting this project more or less done. Fortunately, I'm starting to, worry about time. But know that Stearman project is going to take a while to do, and I want to make sure we're able to get it done. I just realized I did not clean up the back end of the one we already attached. So I'm not gonna worry too much. I can still clean it up. It's just gonna be a lot more challenging. I'm also starting to think I may need to either get a new thing of glue or need to start using a different brush. Now, one thing I did, I can't remember if I read it online or saw it posted on Facebook group or what. One thing that I saw was that an interesting idea was to use the empty bottles for storing panel washes and making it in bulk. It comes with its own little brush and all that, which I thought was a neat idea. So I'm definitely gonna hang on to these bottles once I use it up. So very quickly, just a quick once over sandpaper. That'll be good. Good enough. Okay, got that on. It popped up a little. Interesting that side wants to hold a little more snugly. Okay, got that on. Okay, so that's together now. So, next part. B23, two of those. I think I'll go ahead and get those on. And I think that'll be the last thing we do tonight. That should not give us too much trouble. B23, where are you? Okay, I got 124. Okay. That, so we'll go off nice and easy. I hope we won't have let's see how best to. There we go. Now to just very carefully. There. Oh, good. It's always great when parts cooperate. Okay, just getting a quick look. There we go. Okay. Thankfully, this time we don't have to try to line them both together. Just gonna drop that there. And we'll tweezer it into position. I need to adjust it for the light. that in. Looks just about right. There. Okay, that one's on. Now let me just grab the other one. Yeah, we'll throw it right there. Here we go. Okay, so yeah, unfortunately, got over ambitious again as far as progress I was expecting to make tonight, but we at least got some done. So, hopefully. We'll be back on next day or two. Pick up. By that point, we should have the little frame parts on there. And okay, yeah. From there, we'll pick up getting everything else put on. Now, so yeah, like I said, weren't able to get as far as I wanted to tonight, but I have been going for almost an hour, so I think I'll call it there. Get the other parts sawed out and excuse me, get the other part fixed. So yeah, hopefully we'll be back on. If not tomorrow night, definitely Saturday night. So yeah, until next time.